as much people as much people that would join in. So welcome everyone to this very short, very brief conference. Welcome each and everyone. So we'll just get right into it. The joy and power of learning a new language, and it is organized by Learn Language. Most of you may have joined from our link or the WhatsApp groups. Welcome. So we're just going to do this real quick. I'm sure everybody can see the screens, and we'll be just talking about the purposes and the objectives for this conference. And we're going to look at a brief overview of the whole idea of learning a language, right? So, my name is Grace Angel, and I wanted to do this to aid language learners because there are hundreds and thousands of language learners out there, especially on the online space. And I wanted to do this and put it out there, some little tips, some little guides that I have found to be helpful to us. So as you're learning a language, it is also very important that um you understand that it's like a journey that you're on, and so there are some tips and some guides that I, who is someone who's been on that journey, I feel like we should talk about every once in a while. And that's basically the whole objective of this. And we're going to start writing, and we're going to start with a very important question, which is why learn a language? And in especially coming from this part of the world, talking about Africa, talking about Nigeria, I mean, people, it's a question that you get asked a lot, especially from your Nigerian friends, like, oh, why are you learning this language? So we're gonna really answer that, apart from the sentimental aspect of it, like, oh, I love the language, or oh, I love the culture and whatever. We're going to talk about the real, like, professional aspect of it, as a way that it could build you in language acquisition and in also career advancement as well. um as for the part of language as a global tool, we already know that literally, if you look around you, especially in Lagos here and in Nigeria, there's like Chinese companies, Chinese this, Chinese that, almost everywhere around us. And so it is, the world is a global village, I guess. So, I mean, cultures are intertwined now. Now we have so many cultures breeding, like maybe in 50 years ago it wasn't so, but now it's so common to see maybe like a black man in China doing like Chinese things, or to see like a white man over here doing like Afro dance. So like there's so many mixture of cultures. And so being bilingual or multilingual or trilingual, whatever the case is like always a stepping stone. Like I like to say, there is no disadvantage there. And it could also just be like a challenge. Learning a language is really testing it, it really tests you. So it could also be like a challenge for you, like to acquire a language. And also it could also just be for the career people. So probably you're working somewhere and there is a branch abroad. I mean, I only been in the 9 to 5 life like for a few months, but I totally understand why the people who are already having like a 9 to 5 job would want to learn a new language, because like I said, there is no downside there. And I think people even lie on their CV that, oh, they speak so and so language. Even people who cannot speak a language, they lie on their CV, or at least people like to joke about it, that they speak so language. Maybe because those people know a few words and stuff in that language. So why not you, who is actually on a journey of learning that language, like actually learning it? Of course, it would definitely be a very nice, positive thing for you to have in your CV, like, oh, I can speak so and so language. Now we're coming to practical language learning strategies now, which is very important, because in as much as you're on a language learning and you're maybe self-studying, or you have a tutor for yourself, or you're in a learning group, whatever the case may be, you have to know, like, especially self-study, because like I like to tell my students, it's like even if you have like classes, you have to build a personal study relationship with the language you're learning. And so to do that, you have to know the learning techniques, digital wise, because all of these things are skills that you can be gotten online. If you're in a language learning class, like Let Me Angel, that means you're in an online language learning class. So technically, you're still learning it online. Then there are other online resources as well. And then you have to get into daily habits that aid you in learning this language. So now, effective learning techniques. There are so many people who tell you different techniques, and we're gonna ask everybody how they study best. But I just recently had a student who texted me, and she told me she realized that she doesn't do so well when I'm teaching theoretically more than when we do like audio or like speaking practice. Now I tried to understand, she didn't place it very well, right? When she said the message, I tried to understand where she was coming from. And then when I understood, I figured out that she was trying to say that she learns better when she's listening than when she has to read. Like you're probably reading on your screen right now, than when she has to read. And I realized that, oh, that might actually be like a factor for some people. They learn better when like just listening. Just like there was this guy on TikTok, people were asking him, oh, how his French got so good. And he said, oh, he didn't study or anything, he just listened to podcasts. And people were like, oh, or like language learners like me, I'm like just listening to podcasts I can get it. But like his French was so good, but he was saying that was the only thing he was doing, like he wasn't even studying it. He only listened to podcasts. And I realized that, oh, that could also be a very effective learning technique for some people. So you have to figure out, how do you learn better? Is it by listening? Is it by speaking yourself, or whatever it is? You have to figure it out and add it as your learning techniques. And digital tools, if you're in Learn Language with Angel, you're going to be getting materials, files, pages, textbooks that you can study on your own. Or if you're not learning with us, these are resources that are available to you online. That's why they call digital. So with just one simple search on YouTube, one simple search on Google, whatever you want. These days we even have like Chat GPT, and so whatever topic you're curious about, it's just one search away. Like if you wanted to learn about past tenses or adjectives, or how to make negative sentences in whatever language you're learning, you just have to search it, especially on YouTube, like I always highly recommend. And you see so many things, like so different tutors and stuff. And that is why when people always talk to me about learning applications, I try to discourage learning applications, because I always say apps are just a very lazy way to learn. I prefer using YouTube as your digital online resource, because there you have online tutors and you're listening to them. And so it's like you're literally like in an online class, so to say. So it's always better than learning with an app. So I was hoping that we would be up to 10. So I kind of give like a 10 minutes break for networking. Is there anyone here who is okay, comfortable with unmuting for a minute? Just introduce yourself, what language you're learning, and tell us if there is any way you're self-studying that you might want to advise to anyone real quick. If it's okay. Okay, so no one, then we can progress. Language learning activities and communities. So when I was going live on YouTube, we were doing like a Sunday evening live classes, and we figured that, at least a girl texted me, that it would be better if we created like a WhatsApp for everyone from the YouTube classes, and it was nice. So I endorsed it. I pasted the link on our learning page, Learn Languages with Angel. And so if oh, I was asking if you would be okay with unmuting your mic and like saying a few things about your own personal language learning journey, or how you've been studying so far. Just like 1 minute break to get to know someone here. Would you be open to that?
Should I go first?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hey guys. I'm I'm Agnes, and I've been learning with Angel. Oh, I took a course for 1 month with learn languages with Angel, and I'm so grateful that I succeeded. My journey has been full of downs, but I just thank you personally because you did a very great job. My journey so far it's 2 months now, going 2 months and a half, and I've been learning with Angel. So my journey has been really not so bad. But as you know, if you're into something new, definitely it will be hard. But if you focus, like I'm really trying to do the best. Because before actually going on, you just have to fall in love with what you are doing, even if it's a job, even if it's a what. So we decided, me and you all, we decided to go for a new language. I think we can take that as an office. Like we took a new office. Means we just have to fall in love with that office. So the journey was really hard, but for now, as of now, I can tell, like I've been taking classes of Korean, and I can express myself. I can make some phrases. So I'm really great. I'm doing good. And I've been studying. Yes, I had classes with Teacher Angel. The links you provided on YouTube and their websites are really helpful. So thank you, Angel.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much,
much, so
AG.
much, so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kamsamnida. Okay, Emmanuel, you had something to say as well.
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Emmanuel. I've been learning Korean for quite some time now. I think I learn better when I'm talking with someone, maybe a friend, discussing about my journey and how far I've gone with the language. It's kind of encouraging. So whenever I see see a group or anywhere that I see people are learning Korean, I like to join them so that we can discuss and sometimes try to study some reading or maybe share our experiences. So I have one problem that is I used to procrastinate a lot. So I'm trying to get to the fact that I stop it totally. I've been learning for like a year and well, I wasn't that consistent. But I used to take this coding easily. Whenever I come across something that is very confusing, if I don't have anybody to explain it to me, I would be like, oh, I don't think I can pass through this thing. Well, then I will stop. But for some time, I'll feel like this is not what I signed up for. I had to try my best at least to break that phase. Then I'll start again. So recently I can express myself like I can read stories or there are some news, things and all of that. I used to find it quite difficult and sentences. So whenever I'm reading a story, I pronounce words, but not all words that I pronounce very correctly. I am learning this, so I'm trying a lot to get what I feel like as an advice, whenever you are learning like that, there is no need of starting with making use of so many study materials. It's going to be quite confusing because you wouldn't know how to like handle all of that. So whenever I'm done studying for I used to like me when talking to myself and sometimes when I'm in the room, I'll be like, okay, once we begin, I'll like try to like say pronounce it in the way Koreans used to do. And sometimes whenever I want to read the night in the beginning, I will be like tired and then the time will like the future for another kind of stuff. I used to I try my best to incorporate what I learn into my day helps a lot. That the whole thing is going to stick to you. I'm trying to like
Right.
my so it's not hard because I've been studying alone and being a guy myself, it's not that good for some people. You know, Nigerian they are like very discouraged when it comes to seeing a guy doing stuff like that. Like, oh, it's only because I just don't this kind of thing. I'm trying.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, sharing that. Okay, nice. So basically, languages empower you, and languages are like a way of it. Just language is like a way of making a very bold statement for yourself. Um, there's a particular student of mine who I adore so much. I adore her so much, and when she started back then, she would tell me like, oh, she wishes that she started this when she was way younger, because even at the age she is now doing this, it's I don't know if liberating would be a better word, but she enjoys like this, like being on something as beautiful as like a language learning journey. And I think she's learning Korean and Chinese right now. And so like it's always something to empower yourself, always something to make a bolder statement of yourself. And yeah. So I want to ask someone, maybe Chisom, is there a certain language learning resources or platforms that you would suggest to people who are just learning? Okay. Chisom is currently out. Emmanuel
Yeah.
says he would. Someone say something. AG, you want to go?
Mm, yeah.
Okay, go on.
The platform we're talking about, there is there is HelloTalk. I think I don't know then about it in others. There is HelloTalk. I'm on HelloTalk, and this is my also second month, but it has Korean natives, and those Korean natives they give you like time, to speak to them. And if you know something, you enter into the room, then you start talking to them. HelloTalk. Then
Mm,
another one. I'm talking. Okay, I'm actually talking about mentioning about the app I'm using or the website. You know,
okay.
and there is Talk to Me in Korea. Talk to Me in Korean. It also helps. I'm also using it. Then there is Busso.
There's what?
Busso. It's BWS.
BUWS.
BUW. It is BWS. Busso. Like that. Let me check.
BWS.
Let me confirm. So give
Okay.
me give me like let me
So
see,
the
give
first
me
one
like
you said was Hello Talk. The second you said
yes,
was
hello.
Kakao Talk.
Yeah, this it is BUSSU.
BUSSU.
Yes,
Busu. Okay. I think okay. Go on. Go
yeah.
on there.
They are so helpful. They are so helpful.
Mm,
And YouTube. Now, by the way, and now I've just downloaded this right now, some minutes before the meeting started. I just downloaded the conversations. The
mm,
conversations. Yeah,
okay.
that's so
Thank you
helpful.
so much. That. So the IAG just gave us a few of her online resources, and you could hear her going on about they're so helpful, they're so helpful. So they've helped her, and definitely if you're looking for online resources to step up your language learning journey, you should definitely check out. She said Hello Talk, Kakao Talk, Bosu. And also, if you go on my YouTube, I have a playlist for language learning resources. And recently, I also put out a video talking about this is for the Korean language learners now, apps and websites to meet Koreans. And I think Hello Talk and Kakao Talk were one of those apps and websites. So that means I and AG are definitely vetting for those apps if you're looking for language learning resources as to the Korean language incline now. But of course, there are yes, Jado cartoon helps as well. This is also check. This is Emmanuel's own recommendation. Jado cartoon, I watched them back then, really helpful. So these are just YouTube series made fun. So basically telling you to immerse yourself in the language you're learning now. So if you're learning Spanish, Korean, French, Chinese, whatever you're learning, you have to wake up every day and like swallow that language now. Like you cannot just dump the language one place. You have to take it everywhere with you. So it's just like um people that learn English when they were young, but maybe you take them to France, for example, now, and they are not exposed to that much English. So of course they'll forget the English. They'll now have more of the French in them. So it's the same thing. If you're really learning a language and you want to be able to speak, you have to wake up every day and soak yourself in that language. You cannot distance it from yourself. That falls back to the daily habits of accelerating the language now. You have to immerse yourself in that language. All right. And we're gonna stop here and talk it out for now. But I just wanted to ask if there is any more questions so we can address it in the last 3 minutes. If there are no questions, yeah, once again, this is an introductory conference for new students of the Learn Languages with Angel, but this is also free to both old and new students and even just followers, like online followers of the page. So we're definitely going to be conducting things like this again to on a neutral ground, neutral language, no specific language, just tips and guides, and hopefully try to turn this into a community so that under the fact that you have to do language exchange activities, you also have to build yourself in a community as well. So thank you all so much for joining this conference, and this conference is going to be going up on the YouTube channel, so you can always watch it and run it back as well. Thank you all. Bye.